let's go. Jordan.
I feel that in the piece, the voice that I chose like really suited the character. I feel like by changing my voice, it gave me something to bounce off of. I find that a lot easier once I've got a voice. It gives me like a basis to build from, and I feel like even though maybe the accent changed a little bit throughout, it was quite consistent. And I had a physicality to start with in both the pieces, and then throughout it sort of deteriorated into like me, because like, we did change at the last minute, and then it was hard without a costume to really know what I was going to do and how I'd be able to move. Like, it's easier when you've got a costume to establish a way of moving with it, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to add to? Yeah.
Give like props for once again, like the same with George being given a character so late in the game, but still being able to pull out and put something into it is quite a difficult thing to do. So it's that working under pressure thing which you've got to get a bit of credit for.
Again, I think it was like a confidence thing, which is probably down to us swapping characters like quite late in the stage, and I think that some of the moments were like really good, but then I think where we'd maybe under rehearsed as a group, there were some lines that you sort of said but didn't have intention behind, and they were sort of throwaway lines, and they were like maybe over someone else or kind of trying to cut in, and I guess those are the kind of moments where you came across as maybe unsure about what you were doing.
Yeah, because the interaction with the children I find a lot easier than maybe other people did, just 'cause I'm used to kids and I know what they like how to speak to them, and just like in the second one I said like they was all ugly and they just laughed in hysterics, like just little things like that. But then maybe not I did too many of them, maybe some of them they weren't as obvious and they weren't set lines and they were a bit of improv that I wasn't sure about, so I just held back. Maybe that was something I could improve on, but I did feel confident talking to the kids. I just felt
as the piece as a whole was
as
maybe
the piece
a bit rehearsed.
Yeah, but because we didn't rehearse the piece enough with the character change, it was hard to feel confident as the character. Like if I was doing it as myself, I'd been fine, but as a character as well as talking to the children, it was like all a bit up in the air that I wasn't really sure how to play it.
It's like similar with your costume, because it came in at a late stage as well. Like you didn't know how you'd work with it, how you'd move with it and stuff. It was sort of like hard to like.
But it was a piece of genius in its design, that costume. A really good idea. It just, it would have really been helpful if you'd have had that earlier to kind of like get into that and start going, oh, okay, I can. Yeah, absolutely.